Professional gambler, casual
What
gambler.
up? What up? What up? It's your boy Roy, accompanied by the one, the only, the Dominican bad man, Sergio, aka the floor price guy. And we're Combat Sport guys coming back to you with another UFC full card breakdown, this time in the form of UFC Qatar. We have Arman Tsarukyan taking on Dan Hooker in a 5-round main event. In the co-main event, we have some welterweight action. Bilal Muhammad taking on Ian Machado Gary in a 3-round fight. Important fight for the division. Bilal Muhammad is currently number 2. Ian Gary is ranked at, I'm not sure
Six,
what,
five or
6, right?
five or
Looking
six.
to get into that top 3, asking for a title shot after if he is successful. But before we get into this full card, let's go over last week. UFC 322, Islam Makhachev chasing legacy and being successful in securing that second title. He is a 2-division champion, defeating Jack Della Maddalena in a pretty dominant performance, right? Where he utilized his strength, the striking, he attacked the calf, he secured about 3 to 4 takedowns, controlled him for 19 minutes out of 25 in the fight, and was active. He looked really good. The size wasn't an issue, the power wasn't an issue. I was really impressed with his performance. What did you think about Islam Makhachev?
We knew, bro. We knew he was gonna win. We just didn't know it was gonna be that dominant. And that guy was like a pillow, bro. That guy, we talked about it. That guy was a blanket, bro. That guy weighed like 500 pounds. JDM, bro. When I also think JDM was scared. Like I don't know what it was. And
Was he
also,
injured? Was he injured like everybody's saying on X?
I don't think he was injured. I think he
Okay.
was
Thank you.
overqualified to fight. Like, sorry, underqualified to fight a guy like that. Like Islam is just like, and that's Habib's guy, right? That's Habib's. That would have been Habib to some, like, who was the champ back then? To Woodley, bro. Imagine Habib would have fought Woodley. It would have been the same thing.
Would have been
Um,
long, bro. Would have
it would
been
have been
long,
long.
bro.
And I mean, look, like you mentioned the calf kicks, but what do boxers do? Boxers tend to have that, a lot of weight on the lead foot, and that's
Yeah.
why people are like, oh, he didn't check the calf kicks. Of course not, because boxers plant their lead foot, and
Yeah.
when it just couldn't come. It's not like Pereira will flow and will do the like
Yeah,
the
he's a little more flat-footed, right? Yeah.
yeah, the technique. I just think, and then like I saw you beefing with the boys online. You're right. Like, like, give this man technical advice. Don't tell him, just go knock him out, because he's obviously doesn't. Bro, are you not seeing the calf kicks? Are you not seeing the dominance? Give me something more.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what it is. That's
Exactly.
what it is.
Give
Like,
him technical advice instead of, because you know his striking's good, right? Give him
oh,
technical advice. Like, listen, this guy's attacking your calf. I want you to switch stands, move laterally, right? Keep him guessing. You get me? And then blitz in when you see an opportunity. Something technical in that regard. But I like that the fact that this fight went the distance because it shows us that Islam has the cardio at a bigger weight class, right? At 170 pounds, that he can go the full 25, because that was a big concern going into this fight. How's he going to look in the championship rounds, right? And he didn't pull off the gas pedal. He looked well. He looked good, man. He looked great. And what's next in the division, right? We have a fight with Ian Machado Gary and Bilal Muhammad this coming Saturday that is arguably for the next title shot, right? And then we had Michael Morales defeating Sean Brady. We had Carlos Prates defeating Leon Edwards. So what do you do in this division? You get me? I will, for one, I would like to see Islam chase legacy and have a fight with Kamaru Usman. It doesn't really make sense, right? Because Usman he's 1-4 in his last 4, correct? He last beat
yeah.
Joaquin Buckley, who's, I think he's ranked number 8. But it doesn't always have to make sense, right? We've seen far worse. We've seen far worse happen in the UFC. So I say you give Usman and Islam an opportunity to go at him. I think that's a fun fight, competitive fight. I think we'll be in for a treat.
Yeah. And let's talk about how we did in the bets. I mean, look, we landed 17 bets, 8 live. Camilo, uh, people, bro, it was insane. I just didn't have, this time I put all my money and I didn't have anything to live bet. And when I saw Camilo at the end of the second round be bro, he was an underdog. He was a plus 300 at one point. Camilo, the fuck? That's insane. Anyways, I got him at a plus 190. Chachenko 135. Love this Dawkins and Sarsuke for minus 312. Klein, Dawkins, and Blanchfield offer a plus 122. Free money. Another one with Dawkins and Blanchfield. Benoit Saint Denis. After we saw live that, my what do you call it? I picked Dariush, and then as soon as Dariush didn't make weight, what I text? I text, hey, this there's a problem here. He's not gonna be the same. Bro, a fucking left hook. Protest inside the distance. Shevchenko and Whaley go the distance. Protest Nicholas. This was another good one. Protest Nicholas.
Yep. Did you hit that one after I sent it to you?
This one?
Because I sent you that one in the middle of the week. I said this one's for plus 144. Smash it.
But I got my parlay. What's going on?
But I sent you that because no. And the reason I'm asking is for the people that don't know is whenever I share alpha with the floor price guy, he seems to ignore it.
My bets.
All right.
I was already all in. I was my boy. I was already all in. Right. Gregory Rodriguez, right before the fight started, I was like, nah, bro. If Costa did this to the Kopylov, what is fucking Rodriguez gonna be? Saint Denis picked them up again. I like this one over 3.5 takedowns for Islam Makhachev, and then Klein at 75 cents, which is full dominate. You like that?
What's your referral code, bro, for the people for Polymarket?
Fuck that.
You don't have a referral code? Okay.
No, bro.
You were pushing them heavy last week.
No, because I just like it because I have more funds there. I have more money, and then I think the biggest flop is I could have went very big, but Malcolm Wellmaker, man. And I told you before the show that I had collateral on what do you call it? What's this kid's name? Evelyn. What's his name?
Ethan Ewing.
Yeah, I said Patrick Ewing. And there was a moment there where Wellmaker started hot, and what did the odds do? They started throwing money at a minus 1,000. And there was a point that Ewing was a plus 1,000, and I'm like, nah, I should slap even 100, and I didn't, and I regret it, and it is what it is. Like it went against the rules of live betting for me because Ewing looked good even at the beginning. I just didn't know. I just didn't know if he was able to sustain it. But then, people, Welcome makes a fraud. He's not a fraud. Ewing is just so talented that 7 days ago, he was fighting at I think like a 5-round fight, or a 3-round fight at Faber. But anyways, it was good. It was fine. Another prospect that got demolished. That's like 5 to 6 prospects this year, including Talbot. There's a lot of prospects that have gone down, Nurmagomedov. And it goes to show you, right? When these guys are heavy favorite, you got to be careful. But yeah, that's basically sums it up. And
those are the bets that we hit. We gave you some good dog money, some good parlays, some good props, some nice live bets. I also wanted to talk about the main event, the co-main event. We didn't get to talk about the co-main event because we jumped into the bets. Weili Zhang losing 50-45 to Valentina Shevchenko. What are your thoughts of that fight? Because we went into that fight thinking that it was going to be competitive. This could set up a trilogy, but it just showed that the weight classes matter, the weight divisions matter. Valentina, it had to do a combination with her size, her length, and then her fight IQ, right? Like she did a good job attacking the body, and then every time Weili got close, she clinched, took her down, and controlled her, right? And then Weili,
she made the domination.
She made the mistake.
I expected more of a challenge, but the fact that Valentina neutralized her, the reach, the kicks, the knees to the body, the bro hug takedown, that was beautiful, bro. That was some insane stuff. And that's the thing. But here's the thing about it: Silva will present a problem. Like we've been shown that these flyweight fighters that are coming up that have these kind of skill sets, they're strong and against her. So Silva should get the next title shot. Weili needs to take a 6 months to a year off. Let Dern build like a couple wins, right? Weili should not stay a flyweight, dog. It's just she's too small.
Okay, and then we talked briefly over Leon Edwards losing to
Oh man.
Carlos Prates via KO. Right, the first round he incorporated the wrestling like we imagined he would. He took his back. He was hanging in that body lock for some time. Right, that standing body lock, and come the second round, he gets put out. Right, he levitates in the air and his head hits the canvas, and they call for the knockout.
Levitation.
So
That's
um,
crazy. My boy said levitation.
he got levitated. Did you see the slow motion? I think we even posted it. He levitated off the off the
Slow
thing.
motion. Slow motion.
And then
But
Michael Morales. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
no, I mean, you talk about Michael Morales fight and Sean Brady, and we also have Prodes and Leon Edwards. And bro, one of the things I told you is like if those guys didn't like those guys were like I'm gonna give them some wrestling, but I'm not, bro. Like go fucking go in, bro. What are you guys playing with fire, bro? What's he got? Look what happened with Leon. All Leon did was like, both of them, bro.
Levitated. We also had Bo Nickel getting the knockout win over Rodolfo Vieira, winning some fans back. Winning some fans back. People are back on the Bo Nickel side. We have Erin Banchfield, who executed a game plan perfectly, right? She let Tracy Cortez get comfortable, let Tracy throw the hands, and then immediately in the second round, blasted the double, took her down, got the rear naked choke, submitted her. Wow, what a performance from Erin Blanchfield, man.
Aaron Blanchfield.
Beautiful.
Well, and I told you my problem, right? I told you my one of the reasons why I was a little bit upset. It's and we don't got to hash it out, but she was taking damage at one point. Now I okay, so I put a money line on Aaron Blanchfield at a -115, and thank you Tracy for that. But it went like Rose Namajunas in the first round. She just lets her opponent. But here's the thing: going into the halfway round of the fight, Blanchfield started picking it up, so that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, and I think Henry Cejudo said it best because he trains in the same gym with Tracy. He said on the Kamaru Usman podcast that she needs to focus less on the image, right? Less because she has the skills, she has the qualities to become a great fighter and to beat some of the women in the upper echelon of the division, but she's too focused on having the eyelashes, making sure her hair is good. You get me? She needs to just focus more on the fighting and less on the outer image. So I think that's a strong message. We'll leave it at that. We'll go on to this full card breakdown for UFC Qatar. First fight, we have some heavyweights. We have Merrick Bujlo taking on Denzel Freeman. Tell me what you got, man.
My man, listen, my man throwing me this like I didn't do research. My boy, yo, you nasty, bro.
I'm nasty, bro. I told you I'm nasty today, bro.
Listen, let's start off with Marek Bojo, 7-0 coming into the UFC, fighting, Denzel Freeman, which is 6-1. I mean, let's get into basically what makes Bojo good. I think, he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, and, he has finished basically every fight, and that's what makes him special. And if I'm not mistaken, Bojo should be the dog. Let me just go here. Should be the dog
Yeah, he's a dog right now. He's the
at a
dog.
plus 165. Oh, really? See, I didn't know. Versus Denzel Freeman, which it looks like Denzel Freeman has has fought the better opposition. He is coming from the PFL. I just thought
champ.
it's a PFL champ. So
Yep.
did Pinenso was for the fight? Was for the belt? I don't know. Like I let me just look right away. Sorry. Luke Fox. No, it wasn't
He's
for the belt.
he's the former heavyweight champ. Sorry, he's not the current
Got
champ.
it. Well, and it's so weird how it works here, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's basically 6-1, 4 wins by KO, 1 submission, 1 by decision. And that's the thing about it. That fight he lost, it's also, he lost by split decision. So you could have technically given it to the guy. The reach is on Bujo's, strength. I mean, Freeman is known for his knockout power. Finished 4 out of 6 fights via KO, which is interesting, right? Because they'll look into Bujo to kind of set up the grappling, right? What do you think? Let me pass the rock on to you before I give you my
I think I think I'm gonna go with Denzel Freeman. Denzel Freeman he's athletic, he's fast, he's probably the better striker of the two. He's a wrestler and has a Taekwondo background, right? As I mentioned, he's the former LFA former heavyweight champ. He has good takedowns and a good get-up game. You also mentioned he's fought the better opposition. He's fought. Let's look at his record real quick. Let's open
Oh
up
yeah.
right tab.
Well, Bujo has fought like these
Hands,
organizations.
bro. He's like a Sekeria, bro. He's like Sekeria jiu-jitsu wise. He fought Steven Asplund and he defeated him via rear naked choke. And if you remember, Steven Asplund won a fight on the Contender Series recently and he got a contract.
Denzel Freeman.
Bujo is what's up?
Denzel Freeman. Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Bujo is 6-0. All of his wins come in the first round, as you mentioned. He's a Brazilian black belt jiu-jitsu. He looks to secure takedowns either on the ground and chases, ground and pound or submissions. But the level of competition is not the best, man. If you look at his last 3 finishes, they're kind of weird. He took a guy down, bro, and he was dropping shots to the forearm, right? They weren't like the guy was like this, and he was hitting him like right here, and the ref stopped the fight. You get me? Like the guy wasn't knocked out, he wasn't hurt, he was actively defending. I just think there's a big gap in the level of competition. People are probably not doing the research, looking at the records, picking Bujo. I think Freeman's probably gonna win here. He's probably gonna beat him, probably knock him out.
Freeman is the dog. Sorry, is the favorite here, by the way.
Yeah, but Tapology has Bujo winning. Go back down.
They're probably assuming like this like Poland grappler is gonna just take him down in the first round and just like snuggle him like Khabib. I want to see what are the odds in.
No, you got it wrong. Bujo on Tapology, he's the favorite. Look at 60%. People think he's gonna win by KO.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like which is.
But you said he's gonna take him down and hug him like Khabib.
Well, I mean, when you face a guy like Freeman has good power. Like that's because that's what this guy is known for, right? But I mean that's the thing when you go into like a thing like this is, bro, these guys are really gonna grapple, bro, in a heavyweight fight. Do these guys even grapple, bro? Like what are we talking about here? Guys in grappling? Let me look at the odds. Yeah, you see Freeman at minus 192 right now. So I'm gonna go with Freeman. I think Freeman sticks up. Keeps him at distance, has the better footwork. What's the leg reach though? 1 second. Yeah, so Bujo is the bigger fighter. So, but yeah, the bigger they are, bro, the more they fade. We're gonna see. I'm not as confident, but I am going with Freeman.
Right on. We're both going with Freeman. I'm pretty confident. You're not as confident. We'll move on to our next fight. We have Zygid Izgakmayev taking on Nicholas Dalby. Zygid is making their UFC debut. He's currently on a 5-fight win streak, last winning in a grappling match. He's part of the Khabib camp. He's been there for about 15 years. He's a pressure wrestler with not the best striking. It's okay. Dalby has a striking-heavy approach with strong cardio. He's known for his durability, despite being knocked out last time out to Randy Brown via a right hook. He dropped Brown, however, in that fight in the first round and had his nose broken and then lost in the second round. He took Renat to a split decision where he had solid takedown defense, right? And if you're kind of on the side of Dalby, you're gonna look at that Renat fight, be like, okay, well, his takedown defense should hold up. He's the better striker. He's durable. He could stop a couple takedowns here and then look good on the feet and get a victory. But I think Zygid's pressure is going to be a bit too much. I think he's going to be consistently pursuing the takedown. And if he's safe here, he should get it, control him. So I'm going to go with Zygid to get the victory here. They're in Qatar. So if it goes to the cards, he should get the nod here.
We need to side with experience with Dalby. Dalby has the experience. However, Zygid is the one that's coming from the Khabib camp. Orthodox.
41 years old too, man. 41 years old.
Yeah, it's not bueno, bro. But it's just like he's the Dagestani, fighter. And this guy's gonna grapple. This guy's gonna grapple. Dalby has been known, he's 2 split decisions. Randy Brown, got knocked out. I'm gonna keep it with Zygid, but I say I would stay away from this fight. I know I'm saying that a lot, but like I would stay away from this particular fight. Like if you want to put him in a parlay, roll the dice. He's minus 340 right now,
Yeah, for making his debut, it's crazy. But he does have the size, the reach advantage, so it's gonna be interesting to see.
So
Should be
what
easy to
I'll,
get the takedowns.
yeah, and like I might do live betting. It all depends on like his conditioning. I want to see this guy's conditioning, and see where it goes. Because if I see him huffing and puffing in the second round, I might slap some money on Dalby because Dalby is known to be a good finisher. So, but like we'll see, and wait. But I'm siding with Sagan right now.
Right on. We're both siding on the side of Sagan. We'll move on to our next bout. We have Narulo Aliyev taking on Shakimi Rock. This is one of two of Paddy Pimblett's training partners on this card. Shakimi Rock is making their UFC debut. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt who looks to bring you down and chase submissions. His takedowns are okay. He trains with Paddy Pimblett, as I mentioned. He has 9 submission wins on his record. He's going up against Aliyev, who last time out beat Joe Selecki via unanimous decision. He's a great wrestler with good scrambling abilities. He uses his striking well to set up his takedown, and he's got great cardio and power behind his shots. People often compare him to Khabib with the pressure that he brings in the wrestling base. I'm going to go with Aliyev to get it done here, man. I know that Shakimi Rock is good on the ground. He chases submissions, but he doesn't have the offensive wrestling that Aliyev has. So, and Aliyev is better on the feet. So if Aliyev decides to keep it on the feet, keep it standing, I think he'll have success there as well. So I'm gonna go with Narulo to get it done and remain undefeated.
Yeah, and this five the is contingent upon Narulo not being taken down, right? I think that's what it is. Like you're gonna see a guy using his distance, trying to jab him, point fight, use his volume, not getting it down, right? So I'm curious to see if Narulo gets taken down. Does he get back up? Because if not, it's going to be a long night. I want to see. They're both similar. Rock is the bigger guy, but like I said, I'm gonna go with Narulo. I think he keeps it standing up. Um,
But he's the wrestler. He should keep it on the ground. Do you think he's gonna keep it standing?
who Narulo? Narulo's gonna keep
Yeah.
it standing. Yeah,
Okay.
Narulo will keep it standing. And I mean, look, um, the thing is, Rock is also known for his what do you call his grappling? Like I think Alev is the better overall fighter in everywhere, right? Let's be honest, right? Because Rock's known for his basically like his sub game. What how many submissions does he have? 9. What is this? Yeah, 9 rear naked choke, rear naked choke. Like this bro loves rear naked chokes. Like just to be honest, right? Versus this other guy, I mean, it's just everything. Like the only thing he lacks is basically he's a decision guy. Like if you look at it, all his fights, bunch of decisions, and that's fine. So like I said, I think he keeps it standing up. Um, it's gonna be interesting to see what it looks like if they scramble, but I'm gonna go with Narulo.
Right on. We're both going with Narulo. We'll move on here to Ryan Loder taking on Ismail Nardiev. Ryan Loder is the former Ultimate Fighter winner. He's a D1 wrestler. He trains with Team Alpha Male. He brings that wrestling pace, that base, that pressure. His striking is limited and he is a bit chinny. His striking defense is not the best. Last time out, he was knocked out by Azmat Bekoyev. So I'm not too big on Ryan Loder. I don't think he's even that season of Tough wasn't that good. I think the final was him and Robert Valentin, and Valentin got KO'd by Gaultier last time out, right? So I don't know, man. Loder is coming up against Nardiev. Nardiev, if you don't remember, got cut from the UFC. He went out on the regional scene, got some wins, came back, and he looked good on his return against Bruno Silva, right? Then he had a weird one with Jung Young Park where he thought he won via KO, but it was an illegal knee. And then the fight continued. And then Jung Young Park, mustered it out, thugged it out, got a decision win. He's an aggressive striker with a kickboxing background, can also grapple. I'm going to go with Nardiev here just because Ryan Loder's chin is suspect and the fights start standing. So I'm going to go with Nardiev. Now, if Loder comes in and he's improved since his last fight, right? And his control and his entries are good and his striking is really well where he could set up takedowns, but I'm going to go with Nardiev.
He is the bigger fighter here as well, eh? Yeah, I just like Valentine has fought a couple different times. He really hasn't shown me anything, to be honest with you. I think that's the biggest issue. And then the Asman fight, bro. Like Asman is good, but he just was fucking around too much, bro.
Yeah.
He told that, bro. Stay off social media, my boy. Just stay off social media. Start fighting. Get this shit seriously. I'm gonna go with Ismail. Ismail gets it done here.
Right on. We're both going with Ismail Nardiev. We'll move on to our next fight. We have Alexandre, bless you. We have Alexandre Topuria, the brother of Ilia Topuria, taking on Beksat Almakhan. Now, Almakhan last time out beat Brad Katona via strikes in the first round. Prior to that, he lost to Umar Nurmagomedov, where in that fight, he was able to drop him in the first round, early in the first round, but then he got outclassed and outdominated and lost that fight. He trains out of American Top Team. He's a solid grappler with power behind his strikes. He's well-rounded. He has good cardio, nice striking, and looks to offensively grapple. He also has that kickboxing base with power. He throws nice combinations. He's versatile. He targets the head, body, and legs. He has fast movement and decent boxing combinations. He's come up against Topuria, right? And this is an interesting fight because the odds have been kind of teetering and tottering, right? Topuria is coming off their UFC debut up against Kobe Thickness, who came in on short notice that fight, right? He won via unanimous decision. He also has nice boxing, similar to his brother, right? They both have that close guard. They kind of push forward. They feint really well. Throw nice combinations. He has that Greco-Roman wrestling background. He was taken down by Kobe and immediately reversed the position and took his back. So he's good on the ground and in scrambling. His offensive grappling is also good. So this fight is pretty much even, right? It kind of hinges on the fact like I think the striking is gonna cancel itself out, but whose grappling do you rate more, right? I think that's what it comes down to, and I'm gonna have to give it to that, that Greco-Roman Georgian background in wrestling, and he also has a background in jiu-jitsu. Him and his brother, a lot of people don't know because Ilya knocks out everybody. They actually started in jiu-jitsu, right? And they were racking up some submission wins early on in their career. So I'm gonna go with Topuria to get it done here. It's a close fight. It's gonna be a fun fight, but I think Topuria should win here.
Yeah, and I already put money on Topuria. Topuria's going to win at a minus 130, 120. I think it's free money. I say free money, but I do want to kind of tread on the side of respect. I'm saying this because you look at Kobe Thickness's like here's the thing about it. This Brad Katona fight, bro, Brad should not be fighting at bantamweight. He's a flyweight. And the issue is his legs are so big. He needs to I don't think he's even in the UFC in the UFC anymore. I have to make sure of that. But Brad Katone is coming off what four out of his last 3 fight losses to Garrett, bro. What does that tell you? I saw his fight live too. He's always struggled. Like he's always been the smaller fighter. I'm saying that because in this fight it was the same. This cat came in and just stunned him off the bat, which is good. But he's going against a technician here. Like the Topuria brothers are very analytical and they're extremely versatile when it comes to their approach. Like, and I think that they spread out their camps so they could focus, right? So I talked about Thickness. If you look at Thickness's last fight when he fought Topuria, there was nothing Thickness could do to beat Topuria. Now, when he fought Mufasa, you got to see a little bit more.
Musasa. Sorry, but that made me laugh.
It's all good. When he fought Musasa, it became a closer fight. So it just tells me that Topuria is just over-prepared. This is going to be a good scrap. I'm expecting a lot of good boxing from Topuria.
So I'm gonna go with a lot of good boxing, and I think on the ground, their grappling is both good, but I think the slight edge in the BJJ goes to Topuria because it's more documented, whereas for Almakhan, it's less documented as BJJ, right? So we don't know how his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu offense or defense really is. So it's gonna be a fun fight, man. We're gonna see a full MMA fight, right? With everybody using all their tools and skill sets. Go ahead.
And they're basically matched up equally. 6 inches. 38-inch leg reach, 5'7". So may the better fighter win.
Yeah, may the better fighter win. It's gonna be a fun fight. I'm actually excited for that fight. Next up, we have. We're both going with Topuria for that bout. Next up, we have a flyweight bout. We have the returning Yoji Horiguchi taking on Tagir Ulanbekov. Horiguchi back in the UFC after 10 years away. He's well-rounded. He's a good striker with power behind his shots. He can grapple as well. He, however, has struggled against pressure grapplers. And examples, Patchy Mix. He's fought in Bellator, if I'm not mistaken. Fact check that from last I checked.
Who? He from Ryzen.
Was it in Ryzen? No,
Yeah,
it was in
right.
Bellator. It was in Bellator. He fought Patchy Mix in Bellator. He lost via unanimous decision. He lost to Sergio Perez via spinning back fist as well. Kaya Sakura in Ryzen. So he's fought between both promotions, Ryzen and Bellator. So you're correct in that. He's going up against Ulanbekov, who last time out beat Azat Maxim, where he went 0-8 on his takedowns. He's primarily a grappler. He's coming out of the Nurmagomedov camp. He comes forward, he pushes the pace, he looks to wrestle and attempts takedowns until he's successful. And he doesn't just take you down, he controls you. His striking is okay. I think after his last performance and going 0-8, I would imagine that Khabib and the boys drilled it hard into him that he can't go 0-8. He has to secure these takedowns. He has to have better entries, right? He has to muscle his opponents down, because going 0-8 and coming out of that camp is, something to be ashamed of, right? So, and I know, and the way Khabib trains, I would imagine that he probably drilled it in him, like, you have to get 8 takedowns next time to make up for the ones that you missed, or get 16 next time. So I'm gonna go with Ulanbekov here, man. I think Horaguchi in the past has struggled with people who pressure grapple, and I could see Ulanbekov pushing him up against the cage, right, getting some takedowns and just writing out a decision here. So I'm gonna go with Ulanbekov to win.
Yeah. I like Gyochi back in the day. Like his
Yeah,
only loss is to Mighty Mouse in the UFC, right? And you can
yeah,
kind of see, like, his arsenal. He even beat Ali Bakhmatov, and his contract expired. Said, you know what, I'm not going to chase Mighty Mouse. Went up to Ryzen. That was 2016. That was almost a decade ago. I feel like, uh, yeah, man, I like Tagir in this. Like, I just don't. If this was a decade ago, I would favor Kyoji, which is very different. But I think the gap has narrowed a little bit more. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Tagir Ulanbekov. He gets it done. I just don't. Yeah, man, I think he's a little bit too late for the UFC.
Right on.
Yeah.
35 years old, making his return. We'll see what happens. We're both going with Tagir Ulanbekov to get it done. We'll move on to our next fight here, which I won't break down too much. We have Abdul Rahman Yakayev taking on Rafael Sequeira. I'm gonna go with Yakayev. He's probably gonna finish him. He's probably gonna TKO him. I haven't been hot on Sequeira. He's 0-3 in the UFC. Since his debut, I was one of those guys that said, I don't think Sequeira's meant to be here, right? He came in with an 11-0 record and people were excited, but he was fighting cans in Brazil. He's primarily a striker with a Muay Thai and karate background. He does have a glass chin. We saw him go the distance, but he was taken down often and controlled for 11 minutes. He gave up 6 of 11 takedowns to Julius Walker last time out. Yakayev is coming off the KO victory in the Dana White Contender Series. He has solid. He's a grappler with solid entries and control. He is powerful as well behind his shots. He's pretty well rounded, so I think he's gonna get the win here. He's the better overall fighter. He has the grappling upside. He has the power behind his shot. So I'm gonna go with Yakayev.
And Sir Korea looks the best he's looked in his last fight. I know that sounds crazy, but he didn't look as bad. It's just, you're facing an up and coming guy. Now here's the thing, bro. If you're putting money on what do you
Don't
call
do
it?
it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, no,
How many chances are you gonna give this guy, man?
Abdul, like, you crazy dog. Now here's the thing, bro. I like my bets, bro. I like
How, how many chances have you given Sequeira, bro?
I only give him two chances. Two chances. I put money on Ivo, not on Modesta, not Julius Walker. I'm gonna go with Yakabe, but I wouldn't be surprised if Korea, shows up to the party having a good time. But I'll tell you this, bro, he's a plus 800 dog, eh?
I know you get a little excited when you see anything over plus 600, so that's why I want to tell you, be careful and remember what this man has done to you in the past, bro. Next up, we have our featured prelim. We have Luke Riley taking on Bogdan Grad. This is the second training partner of Patty Pimblett coming over from Cage Warriors. He's 11-0. He's a striker first. He's very flashy. He's very fast. He has the speed upside. He's been rocked before. He has shown durability. He has been taken down and controlled in the past. His takedown defense isn't the best. It's okay. He's going up against an individual in Bogdan Grad, who's this, I believe, will be his third fight in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. Grad
Yeah.
last time out lost to Muhammad Naimov. Grad is a decent striker. He's not too flashy or powerful, but it's technical. He's a grappler with grit. He can get it, however. He can get hit, however, he's durable and a dog, as we saw, right? I think it was in that fight against Walker. I think his UFC debut was against, what was his name, Walker? Let me double check that.
Alexander.
Yeah, it was Alexander Walker, right?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
Lucas.
was it Lucas Alexander?
It's Alexander.
Oh, Lucas Alexander, that's his name. Lucas Alexander. I remember in that fight he was getting hit, but then he kind of put on the pace in the second and third round and secured some takedowns. And I think that's when I became a more of a fan of his, right? This is an interesting fight, right? Because are you going to bank on the side that Luke Riley's going to come out? He's going to have the takedown defense training with Patty, right? To not get taken down by Grad, land some heavy shots early and put Grad out. Because a lot of people are calling for TKO, and I think a lot of people are going to place that bet on Luke Riley. Or do you believe in Bogdan Grad's pressure and pursuit of takedown to be successful, take Riley down, hold him down, and control him, and then win some rounds, win some minutes, and then win a decision? I like Grad. I like him as a dog here. He's a plus 200 right now. I'm probably going to pick Grad, man. I think the level of competition in the Cage Wars is different from what Grad has faced in the UFC, right? And I think the takedown is going to be highly noticeable in Luke Riley. If not this fight, then in his next couple fights, right? So I'm going to go with Grad. See what
Yeah,
Riley's made out of.
and Luke has been preparing, right? Like you got to think about it. One of Patty's main training partners. It's hard not to think that Patty's been shooting on this guy in the
Yeah.
defending, right? The thing is, Bodag is more known for his. I'm gonna go with Riley here. I just like the prospect of the striker. He's flashy, but the takedown is an issue. I'm not betting on this fight. However, I'm gonna wait and see how Grad does in that first round. If I see a takedown and I see my guy holding and not getting up, I'll try to catch him. I'll try to catch Grad. But it's all gonna present itself in the takedown.
Yeah, and they stack up pretty evenly, right? They're both about 5'8", 5'9", 69-inch reach for Riley, 70 each reach for Bogdan. So it's gonna be an interesting fight. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna lean on Bogdan's side until I see something from Riley that's gonna make me, become a fan. Moving on to our main card. We are both on opposing ends in that last fight. Our main card, kicking it off, we have the return of Alex Perez taking on Asu Amabayev. Perez, if you don't remember, he last blew his knee after getting his back taken by Tatsuro Taira. In that fight, he looked good. He was winning that fight, I think. He was looking good. And then Tatsuro Taira, got on the body, got that leg lock. And then a weird exchange happened where he blew out his knee. He's been out for over a year. He's a good wrestler with nice scrambling, nice calf kicks. It's coming up against Amabayev, who's a wrestler at heart, right? He bounced back last time out with a win over Jose Ochoa after losing to Manel Kopp, who had difficulties with taking him down. Amabayev is well-rounded. He's a good grappler. He has good cardio. He's decent striking and a really good pressure. He's going to be faster, cleaner, and should win here. I'm going to go with Amabayev to get it done, man. I think Perez might have some octagon rust, right, coming back. And I think this being a 3-round fight, with Asu's speed and pressure, he should get it done. So I'm going to go with Amabayev.
Try to check the odds live now. Plus 180. So yeah, it's only gotten more money for Azu. Azu sitting at a minus 218.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, Azu, if Azu can't get the takedown, he's been in trouble, bro. Like that's what really, like, I lost money against him in his last fight against Ochoa, I think, right? Jose Ochoa had a good, but he wasn't prepared. Perez has the possibility of coming prepared for those takedowns.
Ochoa came in on short notice too. We got to remember that. I think he took that fight like on a week's notice or a couple days.
Okay. So also, yeah, he was also dog money here. He was technically winning the first round or some exchanges. It was too much grappling. Like, this guy is like a Habib type fighter, like, and this guy has a couple of, if you look at the submission losses, they're coming from guys that grapple, right? So I'm gonna go with Azu 218.
Yeah.
Um, ring rust. It was. Yeah, I don't think it's that much, but let's see what happens.
Right on. We're both going with the Suam Abayev. We'll move on here to a heavyweight bout. We have Sergey Spivak taking on Shamil the Meal Gaziev, a fan favorite on X. What do you think about Gaziev, bro? You a fan of Gaziev?
Motherfucker only fight.
He blew a kiss. I don't know what that means. We're gonna leave it up for interpretation.
Doing here, dog.
Spivak is a grappler who chases submissions, but however lacks maintaining control. His striking is okay. It's not the best. He lost last time out to Waldo Cortez Acosta. He has lost his last two, Jalton and Waldo, right? And it's kind of similar stories, right? When he's unable to secure the takedowns, he kind of gets beat in the striking. Gaziev, as I mentioned, is a fan favorite. Last time out, he KO'd Thomas Peterson via right hook. He has good striking, he has good grappling, he has power behind the shots. He utilizes his size well to overwhelm his opponents. He's strong. I think he'll land strikes from the clinch and hold Spivak against the cage and then probably get a knockout here. So I'm going to go with Gaziev, man. I think Gaziev is good enough to not allow Spivak to take him down and control him, and, or take him down or have any success. And then on the feet, he's light years ahead. So I'm going to go with Gaziev.
Oof, man, I gotta say, Spivak has looked good. I'm gonna go with Spivak here, bro. I think Spivak gets it done. The odds have shrunk. Right now, sitting at a minus 120. Sorry, a plus 120, 185. You really believe in God? I just don't like how Gazi was a bit slow. Gazi a little bit like a gentle giant sort of guy. He does have power though. You can't deny him that. But I just think he's too green. Like he's facing a top guy for the first time in my eyes.
You said he's looked good. He's lost his last two. What did he look good in that first round KO to Jalton?
It was very competitive against Waldo Cortez. It was, even though Cortez edged him, I feel that he wanted to strike with Cortez. And Jalton Almeida, we know what it was. It took Jalton is the more advanced grappler. Right now, I think Jalton versus Gaziev. I think Almeida takes him down, but I don't know if Gaziev takes Spivak down. Like I really don't. What's the leg reach here? Yeah, man, this is one of those fights where it is close. That's why you're painting Shamil at a minus 142, and he only fights in what do you call it in the Middle Eastern. This guy,
yeah, Middle East.
Get this guy a visa, bro. Because the boys, the American boys like him, bro. I don't know if they're trolling or they are trolling, but I'm gonna go with Spivak, bro. I think Spivak comes in reinvigorated, gets it done. I just think, and I'm basing it on, bro, interim champion, number 2, top 5. Shamil is, and the thing is, the only fighter that Gaziev faced that was up and coming in the top 10 knocked him out, and then he retired. And I'm basing it off that. Like, I'm not saying that will happen, but I just like how Spivak had good strike. He has better striking than Gaziev in his last fight. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Spivak.
Okay, you're gonna go with Spivak. I'm gonna be on the side of Gaziev, and we'll move on to our next bout. We have Jack Hermansson taking on Mitsubek Orobai. Jack Hermansson is coming down from middleweight to welterweight. He's making his debut. He's a grappler first with improving striking. We saw him beat Joe Pfeiffer after taking a beating and then pulling away because Pfeiffer tired out. Then he got KO'd viciously by Gregory Rodriguez, having him drop down to 170. Orobai is a tough, durable dude. He's primarily a grappler, but doesn't shy away from a fist fight. He's unfinishable. His face was swelled up against Rebecki and Fight of the Year candidate. I think he won Fight of the Year. He applies the pressure when it comes to wrestling and his grappling. He beat Tofik Musayev last time out via Kimura. He did, however, miss weight last time. So I'm going to go with Orobai here. I don't know how the weight cut's going to look for Jack Hermansson, right? And he was a kind of a big dude that was cut up and muscular. So he's going to lose some muscle. He's going to lose some strength. Going to lose some, because he doesn't have that much body fat, it doesn't look like. So it's going to be interesting how he looks at 170 and being a wrestler. I saw on X, a lot of people are like fantasizing over the submission prop, right? It's like a plus 1,000, because he's a wrestler. He He has good submissions, but Orobai is a tough dude to finish. I don't think you're gonna finish Orobai. So I'm gonna go with Orobai here, man. I think
You know,
he's
it all
better
depends
grab.
on how he looks, right? Like Hermanson, this fight is dependent on how thin he looks. Maybe he cuts too much. Maybe like. But the thing is, Hermanson has held like Hermanson has always had. He surprised us. Fights he should have lost, he won. Kevin Gastelum, Joe Pfeiffer. The list goes on, right? Like that's not against RoboCop. RoboCop, we knew what was happening. Right? Let's be honest with each other. And Mishabazian. Um,
Emma Shabazian took his back though. Like Emma Shabazian was able to scramble and get some good positions. And then Orobai is a way better grappler than Shabazian.
Yeah, but he's going to be coming big. So this fight is really contingent upon how big Hermanson looks and how hydrated and how 100% it is. But like I said, if Orbai is able to go in that first round, shoot for a takedown, dude,
And,
Hermanson,
Oro- and Orobai is not a small welterweight. I mean, you've gone on record and called him a weight bully as well.
Orbai, yeah. So that's what I want to see how they both size up. And but yeah, you could expect that Jack is gonna be spamming those leg kicks. He likes leg kicks, eh? Calf kicks. He's gonna be spamming that. I'm gonna go with oral by here, but like I said, I'm probably not. What's the odds right now? Let me check the odds.
Let me see what
Yeah,
it says. I don't have the updated odds. Minus 215 for Orobai.
nah, minus 245.
Oh, he went up. He went up.
Yeah, it went up. I'm gonna go with Orobai, but I'm probably not gonna bet.
Right on. We're both going with Orobai. We'll move on to our next fight. We have Volkan Ozdemir taking on Alonzo Menifield. You talk about, you previously said that, the level of competition. Volkan Ozdemir has fought a who's who, right? Like he came in, lost to DC. He's fought the way tougher competition. Last time out, he lost to Carlos Uberg via decision. He can be out grappled and outstruck against higher level competition. He has tried to grapple, against Uberg. He was 0-2 in the grappling attempts. Then he reverted back to the striking. He throws nice leg kicks. He's durable, kind of a patient guy. He's coming up against Menifield, who has power behind his strikes, has solid takedown defense, doesn't have the best technique behind his strikes. He did, however, look tired against Walker. And then in his last fight, he was an underdog and beat Umar Sai, who looks stuck in the mud, right? His cardio isn't the best, One thing about Alonzo Menifield is as the fight progresses, he does have that knockout ability, that punching power, but he does kind of wither away, right, and kind of slow down. Saw it in the Walker fight. He drops his hands. He looks sluggish. The Umar Sai fight was interesting because Umar Sai came in as a big favorite, right? It was like a minus 550 or minus 600. So interesting fight. But I'm gonna go with Ozdemir. I'm not confident, but I think the cardio should be better, and I think he could pull away if he doesn't get caught with something early on. So I'm gonna go with Ozdemir.
Yeah, Ozdemir when he's on, but I just like this kid has been, bro. They've been disrespecting this kid for a while. Even against Julius, he was a massive underdog, took the split decision, similar to Sai, and now I feel that we're about to make the same mistake again. Because
Bet the house. Bet the house.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, if you think so, at a plus 185, so odds have gone down a little bit for Uzdemir. I just don't know the mindset Uzdemir is at. I know that if Uzdemir comes in, he could point fight, and his loss against Carlos Ulberg is a great example of a point fighter. I'm gonna go with Uzdemir right now, and like I said, like I wanna see a little bit more. I want to see how he deals with the power. If Menifield is able to kind of clinch him, see how his conditioning is. But yeah, this fight might not go to a decision.
Yeah, I think Uber wasn't able to put him out, right?
Wow.
He before that he knocked out Johnny Walker. He submitted Bogdan Guskov, Nikita Krylov. He lost Paul Craig. He beat Magomed Ankalaev. So he's fought a couple champions there, man. Magomed, Daniel Cormier, Jiri. So I think he's fought way tougher competition, so that's what I'm trying to get at. So I'm gonna go with those to me here. I think he could pull away with the victory.
Yeah. Well,
We'll
we're both
move on.
going. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll move on to our co-main event. We have Bilal. Remember the name taking on Ian Machado Gary. I'm gonna toss the rock to you, man.
I mean, look, you got a guy. You got Canelo hands. I don't think he's going to be Canelo hands in this fight. Yeah. I think he's
We'll
gonna
see.
gonna try to kind of put the pressure on Gary. Gary's gonna be able to I'm expecting Gary to be able to move. I don't know what the 180 came about. Ian Machado has never weighed 180, so this is a discrepancy from the UFC. The 6'3" advantage gives me reach, so we have a potential that it could happen very similar to JDM. If you're going into this fight and you think that Ian Gary has not worked on his takedown defense, you are wrong. He's learned that from the Shavkat fight, he needed to get better. And this is a great fight to display his takedown defense. Bilal has dealt with that older generation for a while. He faces somebody from the new generation, right? And this is what I mean. You go to the rankings, you look at it. Leon Edwards, been knocked out after 2 times, has not been the same fighter. The fight before that, Sean Brady, right? I knocked him down, or even like Gilbert Burns. So this is the first time in a while he's faced a specimen like Ian. Sean Brady doesn't have the striking, right? But Ian does. I think Ian gets it done. He's able to use his versatile footwork. If he's not able to defend a takedown or gets taken down but gets back up, it's a 3-round fight, right? So this would benefit Bilal if he starts strong. So I'm gonna go with Gary.
This is a 3-round fight. I think Gary asked for it to be 3 rounds because he knows Bilal Muhammad's cardio is his weapon, and he does utilize weaponized cardio, right? That's where he's able to kind of break his opponents in those championship rounds, the 4th and the 5th rounds. I think, it's more beneficial for Gary to win because Gary can challenge Islam. And what I mean by challenge is he'll actually fight Islam. I don't mean he'll give him a challenge. I mean he can challenge for the belt. Whereas if Bilal wins, him and Islam aren't gonna fight, right? Because they're friends. So that's where I'm kind of confused at. Like, what does this win do for Bilal Muhammad? You get me?
Yeah.
And I also want to see how he approaches this fight because I'm one of those people that I'm in firm belief that he approached the JDM fight differently than how he approaches all his other fights, right? And then that's in the consistent pursuit of the takedown. His control might not be the best, but he's kind of like a Marab in the sense that he's going to continue. He's going to use the cardio, continue to take you down, and if you get back up, he's going to bring you back down again. And against JDM, I feel like he came in with that mindset of like, I want to show people that I'm not boring, that I have Canelo hands, and I'm going to utilize my striking more. I'm going to shoot some takedowns, keep him guessing, but I'm going to utilize my striking more. And that's what we saw. So I'm a little iffy about this fight because I don't know what version of Bilal Muhammad we're going to see in a 3-round bout. Is he going to shoot for the takedown? Is he going to go back to the old, Bilal Muhammad that won the title against Leon Edwards? And his striking's not bad. A lot of people give him flack, though. He does throw a lot of strike. He throw with a lot of volume. He doesn't necessarily have the power behind it, but he sets up his jab well and his pressure. So it's a very interesting fight, very good fight. What we've seen from Gary is he's a solid striker, right? He throws with volume. He's long, he's lengthy, he has technique. He can stick and move, mix in the grappling, keep his opponents guessing. Last time out against Protez, he had Protez worry about the threat of takedown, right? He worried about the threat of takedown, so Protez wasn't able to get going. He had a dominance performance in the first 4 rounds. The 5th rounds, he had a hiccup where, Protez could have won that fight had he continuously put on the pace. Against MVP, he showcased his grappling because MVP is a great striker, right? A lot of people can't figure him out.
Well, even there, it was a grappling thing. Ian Gary had a grapple to win that.
That's
fight.
What I'm saying. He had a grapple MVP because MVP is hard to figure out, and he couldn't have success on the feet.
The only issue before you give your prediction that I have is the odds in this fight. Gary's a minus 270. I don't agree with that. I think this fight is a much closer round than people anticipate.
I think Gary. I'm gonna give. I don't like the odds. I think these odds should be a little closer, right? Because I think a lot of people are taking Bilal's last performance into consideration. They think that he's gonna go and strike with Gary, right? Even Bilal's saying it, but I think that's gonna be that he's doing like some psychological warfare, right? Like he's getting Gary thinking that he's gonna strike with him. But I think Bilal should be back to the Bilal of old and secure some takedowns. But Gary's been training with Shoot the Box too. He trains with a lot of gyms, right? Like you mentioned it off air before we started recording, like people who go around to other camps and go to around the world and train in all these other places and learn all these other crafts are people that are successful, right? Uh, it's gonna be a good fight, man. I'm gonna give the slight lean to Ian because I think his footwork, as you mentioned, right, his point striking should. It's a big cage too. They're not in the apex, right? It's a big
No,
cage.
it's a
So it's gonna
small
be
cage. No, small cage. Small cage.
in Qatar. This is not gonna be a bigger cage. It's gonna be the
No,
same as the
no, no.
apex.
So big cages are only pay-per-views.
Is it? I thought this was gonna be a big cage.
No, it's gonna be a
I
small.
read somewhere that it's going to be a bigger cage because they're in Qatar. I thought that when they go out of the country, they put a bigger cage.
No, I don't think so. That's not. We'll have to look it up, but I don't. We'll wait till fight night because this would affect Ian Gary's movement performance, and it would give the like a smaller cage would give Bilal more of an advantage than Ian Gary, right? Because Ian Gary is going to be moving, man. My boy trying to look it up now. Eh?
I have to, bro.
He don't believe. He don't believe. Listen, bro, get back on your get back on your Pokemon, bro. I got your Pokeball, bro. Look.
I have to get back in your
Get
Pokemon.
back in your Pokemon, bro.
That's funny. That's funny. My boy telling me to get back in the.
My boy don't believe, bro. Get back, bro. What's it?
So listen, you're wrong, and I love to prove you wrong. It's not the same. The UFC octagon in Qatar is not the same as in the Apex. Listen, brother, turn the Pokeball around and put yourself in there and listen. Listen, the standard UFC octagon measures 30 feet in diameter and 5 feet, while the smaller octagon used at the Apex is 25 feet in diameter. This means that the octagon is going to be bigger in Qatar, just by 5 feet.
Let's
So,
see. Let's see. Let's see.
I'm gonna go with Ian Gary, but I'm not gonna bet on this fight because I don't know. I'm not gonna bet on it because I don't know what version of Bilal we're gonna see, man.
Like I said, these guys are facing a new generation of fighters. We saw what
Yeah.
happened with JDM, or now we're gonna see it with Ian Gary. Like the thing is, if Bilal's not able to put this guy down, he goes. I mean, fuck. He goes into that Leon Edwards discussion. He goes into that Kobe Covington discussion. He goes into that Gilbert Burns discussion, right? And then what would Bilal want to do? Bilal would want to fight with Usman. That's the thing, bro. Bilal, the amount of shit he's been talking that he slapped Usman. You really think Bilal slapped Usman and Usman let him? I don't know what he's going in with that.
Drop the footage. That's all you gotta do. If it didn't happen, and Usman's a bad man, drop the footage. There's a reason why the footage hasn't been dropped.
Exactly. I think my guy really want to fight with Usman. My guy want to.
But listen, why hasn't the footage been dropped? Why hasn't Usman been like, listen, I didn't get slapped. Here's the interview. Why hasn't it been dropped?
Exactly.
So you think he slapped Usman?
Usman
You don't think he slapped? So why hasn't the interview been dropped?
was there even an interview? I don't even
Yeah,
know.
so they were recording. So they were recording for the interview. The I don't know what the name of the podcast is. The Usman and Henry
The pound
Cejudo.
for pound. The pound for pound.
They were filming for the pound for pound, and Bilal Muhammad felt disrespected by Usman, so they got into an argument. And Bilal Muhammad says he got up and he slapped them, and the interview ended there. But like there was gonna be a big fight.
So
They got
Usman took the slap. Usman took the slap and said,
Why hasn't the interview been dropped, bro? Bilal said drop it so people can see what happened.
"Man, I gotta look it up, bro. What are we doing?"
You never heard about this?
I heard about it, but I just
Bro,
think it's
play a
Bilal
clip
talking
right
shit,
now. Oh,
bro.
we'll play it after, but you go look it up because it's Bilal Muhammad says it every time. He's like, I got up and I smacked him, and he dropped the interview. That's all he says is drop the interview.
Bro, Bilal gotta calm down, bro. My boy.
Bro, Bilal stood on business. He's from Chicago, bro. What are you talking about, bro? I can't believe you haven't heard of that.
I am dead, bro. I heard about it, bro, but I just think he's talking shit, bro.
No, bro, like it was a legit thing, bro. That went crazy, bro.
It says here the interview didn't go as planned. It got heated at one point. Bilal was kicking at my head. Bilal was kicking at my head during the session. Bilal has publicly referenced it, verbally broke down Usman, and the episode was effectively shelved. Man, that's funny.
Yeah, bro. They got a little scrap during the interview, but anyway, sorry, we kind of sidetracked. But listen, bro, you got a man who's from Chicago, bro. Let me show you this real quick. Hold on. You got a man who's from Chicago. Oh, you can't even see it.
No, why Bilal doing that, bro? Why can't he be civilized, bro? Why can't he be civilized? And they probably invited him after he lost the belt too. I don't presume.
No, they invited him. I think it was around.
When he was champ,
I think
it
it was.
makes sense because he was popular.
I think it was before the Leon Edwards fight or after.
Bro, but bro, Ariel Hawani has issues with everybody, bro. But the fact that he has issues with also with Bilal, apparently, like, but and now you tell me that he fucking slapped Usman, bro. Like, what are we doing here, dog? Like, bro, be a little civilized, my boy. Be a little bit more civilized.
I just sent you a photo. Check out Combat.
Twitter?
Yeah, check out Twitter. Sorry, we got sidetracked here, but listen, my boy's from Chicago. My boy's from Chicago, bro. He's right there with rapper King Von, bro, with the dreads. Yo.
Bro.
All right. I'm gonna go with Ian Gary. You're gonna go with Ian Gary as well. I'm not gonna bet on this fight because I think this is a good spot to live bet to see how it goes, right? So picking Ian Gary, not too confident on it. He's saying he's gonna go for the finish and become undeniable. So we'll see what he does. Move on to our main event. We have Arman Tsarukyan taking on Dan Hooker. Interesting fight because both these guys have been out due to injury, right? Arman Tsarukyan, we saw him last time out at UFC 300 where he beat Charles Oliveira via split decision. He was supposed to fight Islam Makhachev, but he hurt his back and pulled out a day before the fight, causing pandemonium. Dana White to be upset. Renato Moicano to finally get the money that he's been asking for and get beat. And then we have Dan Hooker, who last time out beat Mateus Gamrot via split decision. He's been out due to a hand injury. I think he's uploaded photos where he's had that surgery and his hand looks so swelled up. It looked nasty. I think Tsarukyan, in comparison to the people are looking at the Mateus Gamrot fight like, oh, Hooker's takedown defense is good, right? He's going to be able to get up. He's not going to be controlled. But I think Tsarukyan, for one, has better striking than Gamrot. And two, he has better control. And I think that's going to be the differentiating factor here is control. I think he's going to be able to take Hooker down. And Hooker's a fun guy, right? We've seen him in some fun scraps. You get me? Well, the Dustin Poirier, probably one of the best Apex fights ever. We've seen him in some fun scraps. He's going to get out there. He's a dog. He's going to get after. He's going to get bloody. He's going to put on a show. But I think Tsarukyan is just, going to fight a very tactical game plan and probably look to get a finisher to get back in the good graces and call for a title shot. I think Tsarukyan takes it here, man. I think his grappling is going to be a bit too much. He's going to be able to secure the takedowns, get the control he needs, and then work, and then probably get a finish. I don't think this fight goes the distance. I'm going to give it to Tsarukyan to get it done inside the distance.
Tsarukyan, baby. I'm going to go with Tsarukyan, bro, but I'm not betting on Tsarukyan. It doesn't make any sense to bet on a minus 440.
That's why we're doing props.
I just, you know what, like, Tsarukyan's never fought a 5-round fight. Tsarukyan's has never. The only main event he had was Beneil Dariush.
Knocked him out
in the first round. You're right. So what it kind of tells me is, let's see, this guy goes in and dominates him for 2 rounds. It goes up in value. There's a possibility, and we saw it with the 3rd round that Hooker can do potential damage, but he needs to get there first, right? And that's why we're both picking with Tsarukyan. Let's see how good this cat is, bro. He's going to face somebody with a bigger reach, so he's going to have to grapple. I just think we're fading Dan Hooker a little bit too much here. This is
not really, because if you look at his Look at his record, right? When it comes to like when he's faced people with grappling pressure, right? Michael Chandler, a wrestler coming into the UFC, he lost via TKO, ground and pound. Islam Makhachev, he beat Nasrat, but he's a boxer via unanimous decision. He lost to Arnold Allen, but Arnold Allen has the kickboxing, right?
Yeah, but
Claudio Puelles fight, he got him with the body kick. That was
but
nice.
the Arnold Allen fight I don't count because he fucked up. He decided, well, you know what? I lost to Ismail. Let me go down. Let me go down to weight. So I think he was
Yeah, he moved down. He moved down. You're right. But then Jalen Turner, split decision. Jalen Turner was taken down immediately and submitted by Bahamondes. Mateus Gamrot, split decision. But that was around the time, too, where there was that whole rumor that, oh, Dana doesn't want people grappling. Remember? And then Gamrot wasn't grappling as much as he needed to. He was kind of striking.
bro.
Remember
You
that?
told
And
me,
I,
bro.
and
Don't
I,
tell me that, bro.
what? I told you that, and I bet on Dan Hooker, and I made a ton of money on that fight. Dan Hooker was a dog. I had him in a parlay for like plus 900 or something like that, 800. And I made a lot of money on that fight.
I'm laughing, bro. Like,
You don't remember that, right? My boy
yeah,
does
bro.
not
But when you
remember.
say that, bro, and you tell me like there was a memo gone
There
out.
was a memo that went out like, listen, no, we need entertainment back. It's like when I tell you that, listen, Ali got back to Bilal and said, listen, brother, Islam's moving up. We're going to need you to showcase those hands. Showcase those hands. Like, bro doesn't like to believe it, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Armen Tsarukyan to get it done here. I think you are as well. I think he gets a finish.
Let's see what happens.
Right on. Let's see what happens. Any parting words, man? You look
Nah, it's
tired.
gonna be a good fight. Well, no, yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but no, it's a good card after the first 4 rounds. It's just like I just didn't like. I mean, they're going to Qatar, so they're going to put people from the UK. You know, it's not a bad card. I just think we're a little bit fatigued. We need a little bit of rest time.
What time does this card start?
It has to start at 9
Is it
a.m.
9 a.m.?
Yeah, let me see. Main is at 1.
Oh,
10
so it
a.m.
starts.
10 a.m. start time.
Okay, so we'll be around. We'll be around. After this, we have a week off, and then we come back with UFC 323. Merab Dvalishvili versus Peter Yan. Joshua Van versus Alexandre Pantoja. Gonna be a banger card. We'll see. We'll see you guys there. Anything else, my man?
Nah, let's get it, baby. Follow us on X. We're gonna on Threads, and we're gonna be live posting bets.
Always follow us on X at Combat Sport, guys. We'll drop our bets later on this week. Peace out.